Redditors, what is it you're stressed out about right now? The girl I'm into is the slowest text responder on the planet. The wait for the confirmation of our date is especially excruciating. I hate my job. I'm miserable at work. And then I spend my entire evening dreading going back the next day. I have asthma, and my inhaler is running out. I called the pharmacy to get a refill, but they said I need the doctor's authorization. So I called him, and B said the pharmacy should take care of it. So I called them again, and they had it already. Then, they fricked up and have me the wrong stuff. So I didn't pay for it and they took it back. So I called my doctor again and the nurse sent them the info again. Then the pharmacy said they can't give it to me because they have no record of me on their system. So I made an appointment with my doctor to get the dang prescription, and it isn't for a week yet. I don't have enough inhalers doses left, and it's freaking me out. I'm 26 years old and I have no idea what I'm doing with my life. The good old quarter life crisis. No one warns you about that. Getting over someone I didn't want to get over. How to not be the butthole friend, bridesmaid in a friend's wedding. Apparently the only poor one. I can't afford to take a bachelorette trip to Mexico and afford all the wedding stuff. I know she's going to be peed, and I had to tell the bridesmaids, none of who I know. It's not for a year, but with trying to pay off bills and debt it just would be irresponsible to go. My dad passed away, so wrote a speech but scared I am going to mess it up. I got paid last Friday and I'm already out of money. I don't get paid till next Friday. At least I have a full fridge. I know a lot of people don't. I'm about to settle down for my nightly 9 hours of not sleep. I hate this not drinking alcohol thing I'm trying. Taking care of my dad because he had a stroke and can no longer function on his own. That in itself wouldn't be so bad, except he was an abusive, raging, alcoholic and drug user up until he had the stroke, and I am the only one who will take care of him because no one else will, and so he would die friggin' alone and neglected. A friend of mine for the last 15 years is in a coma as of yesterday and we think it was from an attempted suicide. My cat is in the middle of passing and there is a chance my husband may be laid off in the next month or so. On top of that, school. My new job has me surrounded by rockstar developers whose spoken sentences consist halfway of acronyms I've never heard about before. But they eat programming for breakfast and work on side projects whenever they are not at work. Their lunch discussions are almost always about the latest security web dev trends, technologies, languages and libraries. I'm not a rockstar programmer. I'm content with a 9 to 5 schedule and doing something else entirely once I'm home. Never before have I felt like such an imposter. I'm increasingly puzzled as to why they hired me. I feel like a filthy casual in a world of hardcore players. My cat is missing. We're not even sure if he's inside or outside. Either way, he's scared and probably sick, and he's not an outdoor cat, so he has no idea what to do or where to go. It's cold and snowing and I'm worried I'll never see him again. At least not alive. Nearly everything. School, money, family, health, life in general. I'm currently stressed because I am unable to be with my children every day. It's been a year since my ex-wife and I separated and 5 months since the divorce was finalized, and it kills me inside that I don't live with my kids and can't be there for them every night to tuck them in. People keep telling me it will get easier with time, but it just gets harder and stresses me to the point where I've had a migraine for almost 2 weeks now. I'm homeless and running out of money. College. Just started a semester and I already feel like I'm behind. Returning to a place where the cashier remembers who I am. I stress about giving the appearance that me showing up more than once to the same location in a certain amount of time may appear as though I visit there too much. I just had McDonald's and so now I have to give a buffer period before returning to that particular location so that they don't remember me. Caring too much about things on the internet on top of the amount of things that are actually in need to be taken care of in real life. I don't enjoy anything in life and therefore have no motivation to live work. I've been like this for years now and I don't know how much longer I can take it before completely giving up on life. Freaking taxes. Being abysmally worried about my relationships with others. I should be fine and normal, but I am paranoid that I am just that annoying guy that nobody declines because they are too nice. Why am I studying engineering? I just had an anxiety attack at a Small Beans concert with my boyfriend and his roommate, and now I'm sitting alone at a bar waiting for the concert to be over, worrying about when he will realize that I'm really not that fun. Brother died. Don't know what happened. Mum and dad are holding it together, but it's a tough situation. Just had a master's interview where they basically slated 4 months of my work in 20s without giving me a chance to justify it. Other than that, I can't be asked thinking about anything else. I have a structured settlement, but I need cash now. My mother-in-law and her sister are flying in from the UK for my daughter's first birthday. I've recently been having some random car troubles throughout the month, and I'm incredibly anxious something will happen while I'm chauffeuring them around town. I'm 17 and I am stressed about growing up and not making mistakes. I'm going to college next year and majoring in CS, and I hope I can succeed. Everything pretty much. Seems like I'm just in a big hole. Life. Why is it so hard? I've come to the midpoint of my oil painting. Not really sure what proportion of medium to oil to use at this stage. I don't want to err on the side of too much oil, which will take longer to dry. My crap job that I hate and which doesn't pay me enough. The fact that I have no friends within a 70-mile radius. My uncertain housing situation. Guilt over decisions I made last summer in a series of situations in which there weren't really any good decisions. I haven't been able to go to the gym for over a year, so I look awful. The fact that I haven't heard anything for the next round of interviews for a job that I desperately want. The list goes on. Lost my job last week due to false and slanderous allegations. I was the only income, since hubby is a stay-at-home dad. Now we are both scrambling to find work, and I have the fear in the back of my head that the allegations could someday rear their ugly head. We have 2 toddlers to provide for, one of whom has a birthday coming up in 3 weeks. But I keep reminding myself we are all healthy and together, so everything will be okay one way or another. School, debt, family, relationship, commitments, getting a job. That I've tried everything to ease my relationship destroying mood swings, and they won't stop. I'm currently unemployed. I've been this way since August. I just finished up school and got my certification for phlebotomy, so hopefully that helps. After I get a job, I get to stress out about working and continuing school with clinicals once I go back for surgical first assist. My problems are honestly not as bad as others though. My now ex-girlfriend broke up with me and I'm living in her house. I have zero money since I finally recovered from a motorcycle accident. I don't have a car or any money. I have to be out very soon and I'm not necessarily sure where I'm going. I might have found a place, but it's going to take my whole paycheck and some on my credits to live there. If it works out, I'll only live on $100 to $200 for the month. I have no idea what I'm doing in my life. I just have no clue what I'm going to do. Deciding if I want to stick with my major or not. I'm within my first 3 weeks of student teaching. Got me stressed as all heck, but I'm learning a lot. Getting work experience internships this year, extending my degree 1 year for this reason. Health of my parents, financial situation. The probable inevitability of needing major spine surgery. Saw yet another doctor today. Same answer. Need major surgery. Apparently after a 4-week recovery I may be able to work for up to 4 whole hours a day. If all goes well I might be relatively normal in 6 months to a year with a mere loss of about 30% of the range of motion in my neck. Assuming I don't suffer any complications like permanent difficulty swallowing etc. I think my wife wants to leave me soon. She has depression and anxiety, actual psychiatric disorders, not just getting low or nervous sometimes, and has frequently accused me of many things. Most recently she thinks I'm actively seeking an affair with a coworker. I've been accused of seeking out other women before. I haven't had any affairs, but this accusation is the most serious from her. She's brought up divorce many times now. I'm stressed out that her paranoia will lead to us to separate. I'm pretty sure she realizes I haven't cheated on her, but she still is sad and paranoid a solid half the time. That's a recipe for an unhappy marriage right there. I'm just stressed out all the time now. What if we do divorce? Will I send her down a path of despair? Will she be forever sad because of an illness and poor communication from me? What about our son? Will I be able to keep him in this good school district, in this safe suburb away from the violence I experienced as a kid? Will my wife get an abusive boyfriend like my mom did when I was little? If we separate, where will I live? We just bought a house that I'd want one of us to keep for our son's sake, but the mortgage is expensive and I may not be able to afford a decent place to stay myself. What if I keep the house? Where will they go? She hasn't worked in a while and we're living on my pay. If I pick up overtime to afford my own apartment and provide for them, I'd see our kid less. It'd be alright if I knew he'd be okay, but how would it be okay to grow up with an absentee dad and a stressed out mom recovering from a divorce? I just want her and our kid to be happy, but I may have fricked it all up, and I feel like I can only talk to a counselor or on anonymous internet forums to vent. I feel like a soda can that's all shaken up. I haven't relaxed in months. That's why I'm stressed. My torrent of The Martian will download before the library closes and that I magically have some money in my bank account tomorrow. You have been visited by the extremely rare green beanie Sarah meme. Like this video in the next 7 seconds and you will be blessed with non-itchy beanie head this winter. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video, or don't. Either way, have a great day you magnificent people.